Hello everybody. Welcome to Tech Pandit session. This is Dan. In today's video, I'm going to talk about AWS CloudFormation. Actually, I will explain the concept of CloudFormation with a demo by creating an EC2 instance. So what is CloudFormation? So this is the definition I have taken from AWS website. So it says that AWS CloudFormation is a service that gives developers and businesses an easy way to create a collection of related AWS and third-party resources and provision and manage them in an orderly and predictable fashion. So CloudFormation is an infrastructure as a code. What does it mean? So it means that we can create our cloud infrastructure using CloudFormation. And CloudFormation is nothing but a template in either JSON or YML format. So you can think of CloudFormation as a template that contains the configuration metadata, and we have to provide whatever configuration or metadata we need as part of our infrastructure, and then that template will pass it to CloudFormation engine. CloudFormation will scan that and then create the necessary resources on the cloud, and then it is called a stack. So stack is a collection of cloud resources. It could be a single resource, it could be multiple resources. And like if you want to create an EC2 instance, a security group in the same CloudFormation template, then it will create a stack with the resources of EC2 and security group. And we can manage them. What does it mean? So manage them means in case we want to upgrade the resources or we want to add something in the resources, we can use the same template and then we'll upgrade that template and feed it to CloudFormation, and CloudFormation will update the stack. So that is called change set. So we can create a change set using CloudFormation. So we can maintain our stack on the cloud. At the same time, it is also very useful as it is a code. We can create it once and use it multiple times. So if we have like multiple AWS accounts, or we have like dev account, production account, test account, we can use the same template and create the same infrastructure in multiple accounts. So we no need to go and create it separately in all these accounts. So what I'm going to do in this demo, I'm going to create an EC2 instance using CloudFormation, and then I will show how I can upgrade or update that CloudFormation template with more information and create another security group. And then I will show you how we can use the input parameter and then generate some output from CloudFormation template. CloudFormation itself is a free offering from AWS, so we do not need to pay to use CloudFormation. However, all the resources that are going to be created out of the template, those can be charged. So based on the eligibility or free tier eligibility of the account. In this instance, the services that I'm going to use is EC2 instance, and I will take a T2 micro instance, which is under free tier eligibility. So I do not need to pay anything. So if you are following me and you are going to do the same, then probably you will not incur any charges in case you are having a AWS free tier account. So let's start the demo. So this is an editor. I'm using Visual Studio Code Editor. You can use any editor of your choice. So first open a blank file, and I'm using YML format. So you can see I've given a name, file name as demo template.yml. .yml, I'm using an extension. You can use .yaml or whatever you like. And then start filling the template. So the very first thing of every template is the version of the template. So in this case, AWS has some kind of direction. So AWS template format version. So that is the first line in the template, and I'm using 2010-0909 version. Don't think much about this. Just use it as it is. Okay. Now template has various sections. So CloudFormation template has various sections, but there are few sections which are mandatory and other sections are like optional. So there is only one section which is definitely mandatory in every CloudFormation template is resources. So resources is a section which is very much mandatory in a CloudFormation template. If we don't have this section in the template, the template is not valid and engine will throw error. Then then we have to give a logical name of whatever resource we are going to create. So in this instance, I'm going to create an EC2 instance. I will give the logical resource name as EC2 instance. So you know YML format is a tab separated or well indented format. We don't have any brackets or curly braces like JSON. Um, so yeah, so I have to give us like a tab or whatever space we want to give, and we have to maintain that format throughout the template. So I'm using two space as an indentation here. So EC2 instance is the logical name. Then we have to give what type resource it is. So then again to tab and then type. So type is the keyword, resource is the keyword, and the type is AWS EC2 instance. So AWS double colon EC2 double colon instance. And these are the pre-specified type of AWS. And then we have properties. So properties of this type of resource. So properties comes under types and then we have to specify. So we are going to use the minimum properties that we need to provide, and uh, by default everything will be taken like the default properties of that resource type. So I need to create a EC2 instance of instance type t2 dot micro. So that is what I have specified, and then I have to specify an image ID. So what kind of AMI image we want to use. So that we'll take from AWS console. I will show you how we'll take it. So you can see this is my AWS console. I will go to EC2 instance and let's launch an instance. So when you first click launch instance, we'll get all these AMI images. And here, this is the image ID. So for this instance, I want to use Amazon Linux 2 AMI. So I'm just giving that as my image ID. And that's all. That's all I need. So I have few blank spaces or blank lines. I will just delete them. Even if that will be there, that won't harm. So this is my file and file is ready. Now I have to create this resource on AWS. So I will show you how. So I will cancel this. I will keep them both in side by side so that you can understand. And then I have to go to CloudFormation. So this is my CloudFormation console. So I will click on create stack. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload a template file. What I can do, I can upload this template file in S3 and provide the S3 file URL here. That way also we can do. However, even if I'll upload a file, AWS itself, it will do a upload of this file into an S3 bucket and then do the rest of the operation. So I want to show you here, like if I'll take you through S3. So you can see, you can understand these steps. So you can see that in S3, I have two buckets. So this one and this one. And in this bucket, I have this kind of file. So what I will do, I will delete this bucket. So what I will do, I'll empty. You cannot delete a bucket if it is non-empty. So I have to first empty the bucket and then I will delete this bucket. So I will delete. So you can see there is no bucket other than this Athena query output. Now what I will do, I will go in CloudFormation's create stack screen. So I'm on the first screen of create stack and then upload the file. I'll choose the file. So this is my demo template.yml and then I'll click on it. And then what I will do, I will show you in designer. So CloudFormation has a designer where you can see what you are going to do. So I'll make it small. Okay. So you can see on the designer actually what it is going to do. So it will give a good pictorial view of the resources. In this case, this is our template. So there's a small template and you see that it is a YML file. If you want to convert it to a JSON, you can do the same. So this is the JSON format of the same template or YML, whatever. So we can do the conversion over here also. And this is just going to create an EC2 instance. That's all. So I will close this. So once I will close it, let's leave. Okay, let's go to create upload template, choose file. I'll choose the file here and then I'll click next. Then it will ask me for the stack name. So I'll give a demo EC2 stack. So this will be my stack name and then I'll click next. So there are so many things it will display over here. No need to worry about all this. Just click next. So when you click next, it will show you where the template has been uploaded. So you can see that on S3 in some bucket the template is uploaded. So if we'll go to our S3 console, if we'll see another bucket is created and inside that bucket our template is loaded. So that's how it is done. So now we'll click on create stack. So you can see the stack creation is in progress. So on this console we can see stack info, so which will give all the information that we have given and all the information that is provided. Then events mean where the stack is in execution, and resources means what are the resources that this stack is going to create. We have only one resource, so that's why you have only one line. If we have more resources, we can see more lines. Output parameters we'll discuss later, and then we can also see the template what is used for this stack creation. So you can see now stack is saying create complete. So the stack creation is complete. So what we'll do, we'll go to the resources section. You can see that EC2 instance, which is nothing but the logical name that we have given here in our template. And this is the physical ID of the resource. And type is AWS EC2 instance, which is what we have given in the template. And so and so. That's all. What we'll do, we'll click on this physical ID. So you can see that this instance is running. So this is an EC2 instance which is running now. So we have created successfully an EC2 instance using CloudFormation template. Now let's click on it and see what what is attached to it. So it is T2 micro instance. It has public IP. It has the VPC default subnet, everything. So let's do one thing. Let's update this stack. So we want to create more resources along with the EC2 instance. What we'll do, we'll create a security group and we'll attach the security group to this EC2 instance. So what we'll do, we'll create a resource security group. So what we have to do, first we have to go to the same line where EC2 instance name is there, and we'll give a name instance security group. We can keep a line in between just for reading purpose, and same way it has to have a type property. So type, and this time the type would be security group. So the type it's AWS EC2 security group, and then it has properties. So we have to specify the properties of security group. And what are they? So we can provide some kind of first a description. So it is optional. So I'm just providing enable SSH access via port 22. This is optional. This is not mandatory, but it will be there on the description. And then we have to provide some more properties like security group ingress, and we have to give properties of the ingress rule. So the ingress rule is it's a IP protocol of TCP. I am giving from port 22 to port 22, and the CIDR range IP range I am giving 00. So it is open to all, and I'm saving this. I'm saving this uh, template. Let's upload this template and create the security group. So if we'll go to security group now, on the console we can see there is the default security group. We don't have anything more than that. And now come back to our CloudFormation console. So in CloudFormation console, what we can do, we can delete this stack and create another one, or what we can do, we can update the stack. So let's update the stack. And what we're going to change, we're going to change it with the current template. And then same way we'll upload the template. Select it, next, next, next. And here, if we'll wait for some time, so this is generating a change set. So it is going to generate a change set. Oh, so you can see that it is going to create an instance security group. But my idea was to have this security group also attached to the EC2 instance, which is not happening. So I have to attach it. So I have created a security group, but the security group is not attached to the EC2 instance. For that, what I have to do? I have to create a reference. What is that? So in properties, what I have to do? We have to specify security groups, another property, and you have to provide this logical name. So what we have to provide, that take a value of this security group. So this security group will be referenced in this EC2 instance, and let me save it. So in this way, uh, exclamation ref, we can refer another resource in a CloudFormation template. So we are referencing this resource as a value to this security group property parameter. And then let me go back again. So I will start from the beginning, previous, 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 and then I will choose this new file, open, next, 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 and wait for the change set preview. So it is going to show me what are the changes it is going to apply on this new template. So it is showing me it is going to modify the EC2 instance, and it is saying replacement is true, and it is going to add one more resource which is of type security group. So you can see that we are going to have two resources. One is going to be modified and another new resource is going to be added. When replacement is true, that means this resource is going to be replaced. So that means the whole resource is going to be deleted and a new resource will be created. So let's see. So let's apply the update stack. So we'll start the update stack and then let's do a refresh. So it is saying create in progress. If we go to resources, we can see that we have now two resources. One is EC2 instance, another is instance security group. Okay, and now it is showing that it is updating. So this EC2 instance is now updating. Now let's go to EC2 management console. So if we are on the security group console. So let's refresh and we can see now we have our security group here. So this security group is created recently. And let's go to EC2 dashboard. So in EC2 dashboard, if we refresh, we can see that a new one is created and it is initializing, but the old EC2 instance, which was created by the previous stack, is terminated. So it is terminating now. So that's what the replacement of resources. That's how it happens. So let's go there. Let's go back to CloudFormation console, and this is update is completed. So that means termination is done and the new instance is up and running. So what has happened, you can understand. My previous EC2 instance, whatever IP addresses was there or the instance IDs were there, those are all invalid now. A new EC2 instance is created with a new instance ID and public IP addresses. You need to keep in mind whenever you are updating a, a template and or updating a resource within a template, and the change set is showing replacement, so it is going to come up with all new set of attributes of the resource. We have seen how to create change set in CloudFormation. So let's do one thing. Let's see how we can give more flexibility to this template by using some input parameters. So let's say I want this instance type value to be given by the user when they're uploading this template as an input parameter. So let's do that. So what I have to do, I have to use another section called parameters. So parameters is a section at the same level of resources, but it's an optional section. And I have to give a name of the parameter, a logical name, like you can see resources, a logical name, same way I have to give a name of the parameter. So in this case, let's say instance type. And then I have to specify a description. It's an optional. Let's say I will say EC2 instance instance type, and then type of the parameter. So it's a string. It's a string value. That's all. We do not need to mention anything else. But I will show you some more optional properties of a parameter which also we can use. So another optional value is default. So I can default the value of the parameter in case we want. So let's say I'm defaulting this value to T2 micro. And then I also can restrict the value of the parameter to certain values. So that is called allowed values. And it's a you can understand there's a list of values I can give, like 2, 3, 4, 5, a number of values that I want to restrict to. And there's a list, so I have to specify T2 dot micro is one of the values, could be one of the values. Then let's say T2 dot small, then let's say m4 dot large. That's all. You can give more values to it. That's all, and that's all. And I'm just giving one line to for the readability, and that's all. That is all we want. And let's go back to the console and see by uploading it. So that's all. Now I will go to CloudFormation and let's create another stack. So I will create with new resources. I will upload the template, choose the file, same file I'm using on the same account, and then go next and give a demo EC2 stack. I have to give a different name from, let's say, param. Okay, and you can see the parameter. So it's appearing here. It's saying that instance type, and it is giving me a drop down. So what instance type I want to choose? I can choose any of them. So as T2 micro was given as default, so the default was appearing. So let's go ahead with T2 micro. And if we want to give more parameters, we can list down here one by one, and all the parameters will appear here. And then go next, next, create the stack. That's all. And it has started creating the stack. So if I'll go to resources, it's first creating the security group, because security group is the first to be created, then that will be used in the EC2 instance. So you don't need to mention the order even in the CloudFormation. CloudFormation itself will derive the order from the template, and then it will create the resources in that orderly manner. And now as the security group is created, it is creating the EC2 instance. And if we'll go to EC2 instance console, we can see, yes, there is one more EC2 instance in progress, and it's in running state. Let's try to access these EC2 instance. So I want to connect this. I want to connect this EC2 instance, and yes, I can. So sudo yum update. Yes, so I'm able to access the EC2 instance. So you can see that how instantaneous this creation is. I can use the same template to create as many EC2 instance I want with different instance type. And if we want, we can give more parameters for the image ID, and we can create those things. So that's how we can create the EC2 instance. But let's say we are creating multiple stack in our cloud formation. So we have one stack with EC2 instance, another stack with another EC2 instance, and I want to know few information related to the resources from the stack. So I need to output those resources or output those values from the stack. So let's say I want to know what kind of what is the instance ID, or what is the DNS name of this EC2 instance. So those kind of parameters I can output. Like input parameters, I can see here what kind of input parameters we have given. We can see what kind of output has been generated from here. So let's do that. So for that same way, we have to create a section called outputs. And let's say we have to see the instance ID. So we have to create a logical name called instance ID. And same way, we have to provide their values. So I'm just typing here. So this is the instance ID of EC2 instance, and the value is, we are referring the value of this EC2 instance. So whatever ID it has generated. Now same way, if we want to know the DNS name, we have to use this thing. So this way we will get the DNS name. So you have to get the attribute of this EC2. So get attribute is a CloudFormation function. So this function will retrieve the DNS name from that EC2 instance resource. Same way, if you want to generate the public IP, same way we can get the values. So public IP, and we'll use get attribute function to get the public IP of that instance, and that's all. So let's update this stack and see if we can get those values. So we'll go to update, we'll go to replace current template, upload, and then we use this. Next, T2 micro, no change. Next, here let's see if change set produces any output. No changes. So there is no change because we are not changing anything in the resources. We're just adding an output section. So let's do an update stack and then wait for the update to be completed. So update complete. Let's go to output. Yes. So you can see that now in the output section, we have instance ID, which is nothing but the instance ID of this 612, 618, and this is 618. Same. This is the IP. So this is the instance related to this stack. Now we know. Now the public's DNS name and the public IP. So we can generate all this value as an output from the template. Now I will quickly show you how we will delete the stack and get rid of all the resources. So when we have created those two stacks, we have created these two instances as well as we have created security groups. So we have created two security groups. Now, if you'll forget to delete these instances, then probably will incur cost from AWS. And yeah, so let's delete them. So deletion is very easy. So we'll go to same way, we'll go to CloudFormation, we'll go to the CloudFormation console and we'll click on the stack and then just delete. That's all. So that's the easy way to delete all the resources that we have created using the CloudFormation. So in this case, we have two resources, like one security group, one EC2 instance. But think about if we have like 20 or 25 resources you need to create, and then you have to delete them after every time you finish your work or something like that, then you have to go in individual console screen and then delete them. Instead of that, if you have a template ready, then you can create the instance instantly and then delete them instantly. No need to worry about whether all the resources are deleted or not. Same way I will also delete this one. So if you have some kind of requirement that every day morning you need to spin up one EC2 instance or certain resources, and evening time before after finishing the work you have to delete them, you can use the stack, CloudFormation stack, and you can see it is deleting. So let me go back to the EC2 console. If we'll do a refresh, yes, so it's deleting. So one of them is already terminated and another one is shutting down. So yeah, that's all. So that's the way you will use CloudFormation. It's very useful, and I hope you have enjoyed my video. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and motivate me to create more content. Thank you.